freaking gay piece of says Venti the Bard 1178. Now, what? Venti? With a name like that? I don't know about that one. Hello, chat. Got your messages on the last video, and I'm quite surprised that a lot of you showed up out of nowhere, I guess. I guess that's what you all were for. You're just waiting for me to just yap about something, and okay, let's try it again. I asked for you guys to ask some questions, and we'll just go through some of them. I have some. We can take a look and see. Also, though, the last video, look at it did really well, but I also lost a lot of people at the same time. So it's just like, I don't know what's going on. I forgot to turn my light on. Okay, so questions. This person asks, I'm new to this channel and I have questions. A lot of questions. This was on the picture of me that was like me when I was back in 2014 before I started content creation to now, which is 2024, 10 years apart. That pic, like a lot of people assumed I was like 27. So that was a picture of me when I was 27 to now where I'm 37. So yeah, anyway. I said I'd ask you a few questions, but let's see if we can speed run through a whole bunch. As a presumed millennial, how have you managed to stay at the job for 20 years? I'm gonna switch these screens around here. So, as a presumed millennial, how have you managed to stay at the same job for 20 years? Debts. When you owned a house and then the house foreclosed. Debts. Yes, money. Haha. If you were an RPG, what would your battle quotes be? Stuff like victory, low HP, low blah blah blah. Okay, victory. We did it! Would be one, I guess. Low HP to be like, ugh. And then a low HP victory is like, oh god, we finally got through. Then defeat would be like, ugh. Something like that. Healing would be like, thank you. It's like, no, more like, all right, let's get back in this. And then fleeing would be like, retreat, run. And then, I don't know. I guess. Erin! Remember Erin Cerise? She's so cool. Picnic Kana or Sandwich Chica. I just had a sandwich yesterday, so I'm feeling sandwich right now. And for real though, happy to hear you reassessing what you're comfortable doing as a creator. It's important to, at our age, feel you on the lack of energy despite wanting to create stuff, especially with the full-time job. Do what you're most motivated to and what you have energy for, and that's enough, honestly. Thank you very much, Erin. Love you. Erin Cerise, fellow Love Live content creator with me, along with many others back in the day. They still like poke around my Twitch channel every once in a while too. So if you ever want to see some of your old faves from back in the day, come over to twitch.tv/rintaichou. We're all over there. Favorite band? I don't really have one. I guess lately I've been listening to Cell Dweller a lot. So I guess them? Perhaps. Also, I just woke up, which is why I look like this. I'm working from home today. I just rolled out of bed. Yes, so I would love to hear who was on your 1999 to 2010 playlist. I'm also an old person at 38. Oh, man. I listen to a lot of Eminem. I listen to a lot of trance. I listen to a lot of techno. So things like around there. There's this one group called Spiritual Taser from back then. It was a lot of trance music. I listened to a lot of stuff like that back then. I still do, actually. So like Zenless Zone Zero music, dubstep and stuff like that, I'm really into. Does anyone at your full-time job watch your content or play similar games? Some do. I've told some people my handle when they've asked, but I don't know if they've ever stuck around, honestly. Favorite game between Genshin, Star Rail, and ZZZ, and favorite game between the two that you didn't choose? Favorite game is Genshin, and between Star Rail and ZZZ is probably Zenless right now, because Zenless is a little bit more action, where Star Rail is a bit more turn-based, which I'm not as into. That's all. What's your favorite cosplay so far, and which cosplay is the one you have the most photoshoot wishes for? Photoshoot wishes for? Navia has so far been my favorite, like, lately, and I think all time now, actually. I just had another Navia cosplay. You can find it in the community tab, too, over there. Pictures of it, and I think that's also the most photos I've taken with that one. If you go to Instagram and look for, I believe it's Moshi T, I believe that's their name on Instagram. There's some photos you can find there, but those photos are kind of old now. I want to do newer photo shoot, especially with some of the high tea places we have around in Vancouver. I want to take Navia there and go take a photo shoot. Now, if I just had a Clarin cosplayer, I need a Clarin cosplayer, you guys. Please, I just want to hold hands with them as Navia. If you could revive either Sif or All-Stars, which one you choose? Sif. I just want a mobile rhythm game just to play. Not the strategy weird game, because that was kind of brainless and all math. I didn't really like that one. I only stuck with it because it was Love Live at the time, but then it just kind of got boring and more frustrating as you went. Would prefer just a rhythm game, which I have a PS3 with the thing for. So actually, I still have my custom controller that I can use to play the PlayStation version. Maybe I'll bring it up sometime because you can still play it. This was coming off the back here, though. I gotta re-stick it back on. I haven't pulled this out in a while. Maybe I'll just keep it out here so it reattaches itself. Yeah. Okay. Where were we? All right. Thoughts on Wuwa? I first thought of you after I was introduced to the complexity of the fighting mechanics in that game. I thought it was fun. It's just that I don't want to add more games to my like list of games I'd be playing. There's just too much to do right now, and I'm the type to like play a game and to the end of it, like a completionist type. I don't like playing a game just for like a taste. When I play a game, I want to get into it. So I don't want to start Wuwa because I feel like I will get into it. So I don't want to at the same time. That's the same reason with like League of Legends as well. I never touched League of Legends or TFT or like Fortnite or things like that. I'm a very competitive person. And yeah, I don't want to. So I really wanted to know if there was a specific character that made you realize you were trans. Like mine was probably Dipper Pines from Gravity Falls. No one in particular. I guess if I had to pick someone, probably like Ranma from Ranma 1/2. The ability to change into a girl back then, back and forth, was like really like, that's cool. I think when I was a kid, I remember like, you know, just taking cold showers, just like hoping it would happen. I was like 10 years old or something like that. What's one thing about life now that makes you happier than a few years ago? And what advice would you give to younger people who might be struggling? Just live, I guess. One thing about my life now that makes me happier than a few years ago, I guess it's like nothing against my ex-girlfriend from back then. It's just, I think being single and on my own after just dating for like almost my entire 20s is a really good move. It learned me to just like, you know, live and discover who I am. So if you're by yourself still in your 20s, don't worry about it. Please just continue to thrive and grow and just learn things and do whatever you want. Make mistakes, not horrible mistakes, hopefully, right? Nothing that's like not, you can't reverse, but even if you are dating now, if you're dating now, great, right? But don't make dating such a priority, I guess is the advice I'm giving here. Just live. Any future cosplay plans? I just bought a Belle cosplay. I invested in my own Clorin cosplay because no one else is doing it, except I need to get back in shape for this one because it was always a size smaller for me. So this gives me motivation to do it. And I think I also got, who else did I get? I have Farina here, and then chat made me buy Siegeween, which is out there. Chat wants me to buy Lycone as well. And yeah, right now those are the only plans at the moment. Maybe I might do Topaz, maybe Aventurine, and yeah, we'll see how it goes from there. I don't know if you already answered this, but what was your final push to start HRT? Okay, so the thing about this is there was a certain event that happened 2 years ago where I was about to go down as a guest to a convention. Except then I was told I couldn't go because people above the wait list, I guess there was one, were prioritized essentially. So they got to go before I did. So they got picked. So I got left behind basically. But after that, I was given a situation where I could still go with another company to go do a thing and represent company as an MC or something like that. But when I asked, like, okay, this was before I transitioned. I asked, like, hey, can I be myself on stage? Like, you know, back then I just like to dress up femininely. They said no, they would rather keep it conservative, which was weird because it's an anime convention, right? And just how I got that answer was not, I didn't like it. And I talked to the person who told me that they were going to invite me. They said, like, okay, so you can still come down and help around with whatever we need. We'll still pay for your ticket and whatever to come down and do stuff. So I was like, I thought about it. It just didn't sit with me still. Very nice. It didn't sit well. It made me uncomfortable. It didn't want to go down on someone's dollar where they essentially told me to not talk about or show like or live myself, right? So I said no thank you, I'll return the ticket and everything and all that. And that's kind of what kind of got things going for me, like that little moment where I was denied like showing who I was. And that's what kind of made me start thinking, like, am I really just trans? Like, do I want this? Like, obviously I've had thoughts about it along the way, but never as strong as this particular moment. I can't say too much about these events because it's kind of funny who and what was involved. Maybe give it like 10 years and I'll tell you guys like exactly what happened. Some of you might already know who if you've been around my streams. So, but yeah. How do you find your ideas for videos? I don't. Well, I do. I watch other videos. I see what other people do and they kind of inspire me to like, oh, maybe I should try a video like that, but with like my own unique twist to it. This is kind of how I got started with like Love Live back in the day when I made Love Live videos. I was watching people make scouting videos, also known as gotcha videos. But a lot of them were like very like 20-minute long vlog type videos. And I was like, I could probably make this a lot smaller and more entertaining. So that's what I did. And that's kind of what got me going. So that's kind of what I've been doing lately, watching other people's content and seeing like, oh, I like this idea that they made. Can I apply it to what I do? We'll see, perhaps. I love hearing stories about people's transitions. Do you have any interesting stories about your transition that you'd like to share? Nothing really on my end. It's been pretty normal as far as transitions go, I guess. I guess to an earlier question about how it happened, I guess that I can't really share the details of it yet because it involves people and companies and things like I've already said too much. I can't say. I'm shocked I actually got noticed on that comment, and I'm not saying you did anything wrong nor judging you. I'm just genuinely confused as those two pictures look like completely opposite individuals. Also, how do you feel as the #1 ever made? It's just HRT. The funny thing was that picture, once again, that was in 2014. That was when I was actually 27. I'm 37 now, but people think I'm like around 27-ish, which is really funny. So it is. And how's it feel, #1 Ambermain? I'm not. It's either Nitrotum or Furu. It's one of those two. Go follow those guys if you want Ambermain content. They're the best. When I was 17 and still new to learning femme outfits and makeup, your videos helped me a lot, especially the makeup and outfit hauls ones. Now I'm 19 and I feel the prettiest I've ever been since I realized I was trans. You're a trans woman older than me, so my question is, if there's one message you want to spread to younger trans people out there, what would it be? Whoa, the younger trans people just started. I'm barely a trans person as well. I'm only like a year and a bit in. I guess if you're going MTF, get ready to get iron supplements. I guess. Yeah. If you're FTM, if you still want to dress like a girl, like go ahead. Like who's to tell you that you can't? You can also be like FTM and still want to dress cute. That's allowed. Like I want to dress masculine sometimes. That's allowed too. I think that's one of the craziest things since transitioning is that I'm more in down the middle with like gender identity and spectrum rather than leaning hard left or right on the gender spectrum. I kind of just want to be attractive in any way, shape, or form. How do you deal with the unstable future ahead? I don't think that far ahead. I just live day by day. Probably not the best idea, but hey, it gets me through, right? So whatever happens tomorrow, I'll deal with it. And tomorrow never comes. So don't follow that advice. I'm a new watcher and I have to ask, what do you do to your hair? It's so pretty. I love how it frames your face and it looks so nice. So all I do is I tie it up in the back like this, but I leave my bangs falling forward like that, and I grow it out long enough so it can like just go along the sides here like this. That's all I do. That's basically how I do my hair. Also known as I am just pretending to be Kafka at this point. My hair is definitely the color for and like Kafka in style. It just needs to grow up more. Have you ever listened to Underscore's Transgender Singer-Songwriter? No, I've never heard of them. And will there be another panel of queer creators like there was last June? I could see, yeah, like what kind of topics you want us to go over. I can see if we can get some people on. I thought during the last video, has your face gotten rounder? Not as in putting weight, but more feminine. Anyway, keep awesome being you. That is part of HRT. I haven't shaved today, so that still comes out. I'm thinking of getting laser hair removal, but it's expensive. Might be a donathon goal in the future, maybe. But even with the camera filter, it still like kind of shows through here, and I want to like fix this kind of like mole that's kind of like on this upper lip. But it's HRT. It's what it does. What's your favorite Olympic sport? Ice hockey. I'm a huge Canadian. I love hockey. What's your favorite character from each Hoya game? Genshin. Oh, it's a tie between Amber and Navia. Star Rail, Kafka. Zenless. Ben, I guess. What's the best way to get higher numbers on Navia? More crit, more attack. Just the same standard stuff. How are you? I'm all right. It's kind of warm in here. It's sweaty. If you're a Pokemon gym leader, what type of theme would you choose for your gym? Water. Easy. If you could time travel and spend 1 week anywhere in the world, past or future, where would you go? Past or future? Anywhere in the world? Oh, I'd like to go to, I don't know, probably just go to Tokyo, honestly. Past and future, I guess. I'm a trans guy. I love your content. Really appreciate you being out and proud in gaming spaces. Can't explain how much it means to so many of us. Yes, that's kind of what I've always wanted to be. Like just me in the gaming space where it's really hard to be me because no one likes us apparently. There's lots, I mean, you know, obviously, but it's always it's proportionately more for non-trans people, and it's very rare. Some of us always make it through, obviously. Some of us are very successful, but we always do face a lot of pushback and transphobia and things like that. So I'm just happy to exist and be able to just do gaming. I would love to have a tutorial on how do you do your makeup. It always looks cute. I'd love to know how to do it. Donathon coming up next weekend. I'll do a makeup live stream then if you want to come watch. Probably about a week from now of this video. How do you feel about the current state of anime? Okay, I read this one earlier. I don't want to talk about economics. But I appreciate you leaving the comment. Can I answer anything? I want to consume. Do you have enjoyed me? I'm sorry, I can't. Thank you, Cardcaptor Wiki. Is there anyone you look up to? Family member, friend, other content creator, coworker? All of my friends have different things that they do that I really respect them for and wish I could be. A lot of my friends are very good with words and talking eloquently and being able to debate and explain their feelings in a very easy but very like informative and very almost smart sounding way where I kind of just stumble through and stutter, and I need to listen to other people's opinions to kind of, you know, kind of refine what I want to say, but then it feels like it's not really my opinion. Like I'm trying to piggyback off someone else's opinion. So I don't know. I struggle with that a lot. But yeah, just mostly my friends. All of my friends, I all look up to all of them because they all look up to me too, right? And it's just a nice feeling to support one another. What time is it? It is, if I jump back to this scene, it is 2:15 p.m. Pacific where I am on Friday. If you were to go back to H1, having all the knowledge and facilities you currently have, what would you do differently, if anything? It's gonna be silly or serious, you decide. Let's be serious. If I was one and I had all this right now, I would transition and then I would monopolize the baby cosplay market. Nahida, I would hold everyone's hand and be clear or something like that. I don't know. And speaking of, can we hold hands? Only if you cosplay Clorind, I will hold your hand. Are you going to permanently quit YouTube? No, I'm not. Will you probably come back at some unknown time? I'm here right now. And would you quit YouTube? When you quit YouTube, are you going to quit content creation as a whole? I don't think I'll ever quit content creation. I don't think I will. I'll always be around in some shape or form. I'm thinking Twitch for sure is going to stay for at least a little while longer. But I would love to come back into YouTube. It's just I don't know what to do. Can I ask you a question? Yes. How was your day? It was all right so far. I woke up out of bed. This is what I wore to sleep. Working from home. My work laptop's over here. Yeah. And I just did a trans voice lesson. So that was very fun. I can keep trying to talk up here for the rest of the video. We'll see how it goes. Rico will choose Amiko or Naveen. Rico? Why is Rico choosing? Why is Rico choosing? I choose both though. Questions thinking. I don't know. What's your job if that's not too invasive? I'm an office worker. Wait, oh wait, hang on. I just realized you guys can't see the bottom. There they are. What's your job if that's not too invasive? I work in an office for a construction company. That's all. That's all I can really say. That's my full-time job. 19 years. 9 years in shipping and receiving. 10 years now in admin work, scheduling for construction company. I'm still there. 20 years in July next year. And I'm still not a big content creator. Whatever. Okay, well, that was the speed round of question. That was fun. I have other things I want to talk about. We'll probably have videos coming out later. I don't know when that's going to come out. Maybe we can talk about the Genshin 5.0 Natlin and my thoughts about it. Let me know. Let me know in the comments. If you're new here, wow, how did you get here? If you're old here, hi, I appreciate the comments you left on the last video. We did lose a lot of subscriptions, but hey, how far lower can we go? Posting this video, we are now, where are we now? Let me go get it. It is, we are at, oh my gosh, sorry, delaying. Where is subscriptions? There they are, live count. There. We are at, that's Genshin. That is not the screen you want to look at. 199,738 subscribers. Look at this graph. Woo! Oh, people hate me. Oh, they hate me so much. Gamers hate me, but I know you guys don't. Thanks for watching, you guys. Leave a comment, leave a like, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Bye-bye.